was an author that was quite well known here in America named George Orwell, and he wrote several books. 1984 was kind of the famous one, but he also wrote a little tiny book called Animal Farm. And let me give you the synopsis, executive overview. What happened is they had a farmer that had a horse that was working hard in the field, and there was some goats and some sheep and some pigs and some chickens. All the animals got together one day and said, the horse said, "Man, I'm getting tired. I'm working every day." And Farmer Brown, he comes out to check on us and bring us a little bit of food, but I think we can get our own food. Um, you know, we we need to overthrow Farmer Brown. The pigs came up with this great idea. Why don't we just overthrow him? Let's kill him, and we'll take over the farm. So anyway, they organize a coup and they kill Farmer Brown. But they get up the next morning and they realize the work's still got to be done. So the horse still goes out in the field and the sheep's still out there waiting to get his wool cut, and the cow still needs to get milked, and all the chores still needed to be done. And after a couple of weeks of this, they realized they're still working just as hard as they ever were, but man, they're getting hungry. Nobody's been around to fill the feed bins and starting to get pretty hungry. And so the pigs say, well, don't worry, we'll look after it. What we need to do is work hard for another little while, and then we'll bring in the crops, and then we'll go and sell them at the market, and we'll bring back, and everyone will have a bright and glorious, a beautiful day. So the pigs get all the produce from the farm, they bring it into market, and they sell it, and they bring it back, and they decide they're going to have a banquet, but only the pigs are invited. So they look, the horse and the cow and everybody that was still working hard, they peer in the window of old Farmer Brown's house, and there's all the pigs dressed in Farmer Brown's suits and finest clothes, having a big banquet while they're still out in the barnyard working. And so the moral of the story is, just because you change the leadership and just because you slaughter the leaders that you don't like does not mean that new leaders are not going to be implemented, and they could be like the pigs that are even worse than the ones you're under now.